The end of the month. First coming up real soon. And rent is due. And bills need to be paid. Yo! What's good, everybody? You got me to my IG at Cash Nasty. We got the top 10 biggest draft bust in the NBA history. Now, I don't know why they got Zion up here. Because we all know this dude right here is killing. If anything, be real with y'all, I think he's the star player of the Pelicans, bro. Hey, all respect to Brandon Ingram, but this dude right here is too efficient. But let's go and get to the video. I don't want to talk too much, man.
High draft picks are like a double-edged sword. If they're spent wisely, any franchise can become a contender.
Curry could be the bust. Fuck with y'all. I ain't hate it like that. I ain't hating no like that.
Just a few years. If the franchise screws up the draft, they'll miss one of the few
Greg
their team
Greg Oden, Adam Morrison. Who else? Man, it's a couple more busts out there, man. I think people say Andrew Wiggins. Yeah.
Competitive, leaving them stuck in the mud and ridiculed by the world. In this video, we'll talk about those instances where the GM screwed up badly. Here are the 10 biggest NBA draft busts ever.
I like this dude right here, channel, man.
Adam Morrison. Adam Morrison always looked like a...
Bro, and I heard this right here. He stank, bro. I don't know what video I didn't watch, but it's like something like NBA players don't take baths. They say he was one of the players that didn't take baths. Correct me if I'm wrong. You feel me? But they say he was one of the players, bro.
A really tall member of a punk band. But when he was at Gonzaga, that long hair and thin mustache was averaging 28 points per game and was a finalist for the NCAA Player of the Year. Morrison was the third draftee to shake David Stern's hand in the 2006 draft, and Charlotte hoped he'd be their franchise player for the next decade. But
I thought he was going to be nice, bro.
Morrison shot just 37% from the field as a rookie, and it was obvious he'll never come close to his college numbers. It was straight downhill from there, as Adam blew out his knee in Season 2. When he returned, he was a shell of the player that once led the
injuries, bro.
Scoring. He won 2 titles with the Lakers in 09 and 10, warming...
But he ain't do shit. He set the bench. I remember Kobe carried. And everybody was talking about, like, how come they ain't playing Adam Morrison? He's the #1 draft pick and all this right here.
The bench, because that's all he was good for at that point, after which he retired at the age of 25. Number 9, Derrick Williams.
He retired at age 25, but he's still rich, though. His bills been paid.
Williams was the second pick in the 2011 draft, and he was drafted ahead of Kemba Walker, Klay Thompson, and Kawhi Leonard, among other players who all had better careers.
Who is this?
Williams is a prime example of a highly athletic player who shined in college just because he was more physically talented than everybody. Once he got to the NBA,
who is
everyone
this?
is athletic. The truth was soon out, and it was ugly. Williams couldn't shoot, he couldn't dribble, and he couldn't defend. Apart from a few highlights, Williams didn't produce much and showed almost no improvements in his game. After bouncing around the NBA, he's now playing overseas, even though he's still in his 20s. Number 8, LaRue Martin.
Bro, who the hell are these dudes right here, bro?
Who simply wasn't good enough for the pros. Drafted 1st overall in the NBA and 3rd overall in the ABA, Martin was considered the worst #1 pick for a long time. He was selected by the Portland Trail Blazers in 1972, whose scouts saw Martin in 2 college games, which was enough for them to draft him in front of future Hall of Famers Bob McAdoo and Julius Erving. When he came to the NBA, it was apparent that he could not play, and that he's more suited for minor leagues. Despite being a 6'11" center, LaRue shot just 41.6% from the field for 5 points per game.
Damn!
LaRue shot just 41.6% from the field for 5 points per...
I could have done better than that, man. Put me in the league. Put me on the Lakers bench, man. Leave me up at top of the key, man. You feel me? Let LeBron pass me the ball, man. Top of the key, man. I'm not going to disappoint, man. You feel me? Real talk.
Per game. After 4 years, he was out of the league and retired from basketball after rejecting multiple offers from Europe. Number 7, Hasheem Thabeet. 2009 was one of the last years the NBA GMs still searched for dominant centers that can battle in the post against the behemoths that were Shaquille O'Neal, Tim Duncan, or Dwight Howard. And Hasheem Thabeet...
That was a tough era of guarding big man, bro. That was a tough era, I ain't gonna lie.
At least on paper. He was extremely athletic and mobile for that size and length, and had half the NBA drooling over his defensive potential. Unfortunately, his basketball skills were far below his athletic gifts. and to beat proved to be a player with arguably the lowest basketball IQ to ever play in the NBA. To beat later admitted he only started playing ball after his growth spurred, and that his only interest in the game was because he thought he could get drafted and make money.
He just wanted to pay bills. I don't hate you for that. I don't hate you for that, bro. I don't hate him. I don't hate him.
This wasted their second pick on a player that never averaged more than 3.1 points in a season.
But he still got them M's, though.
After 5 years.
Still got the M's, though.
And number 5, Sam Bowie and Greg Oden. Before the 1984 draft, Portland Trailblazers needed a center. They needed someone that could battle with Kareem and the Lakers. And they already had an all-star shooting guard, Jim Paxson, and 2 talented young wings in Clyde Drexler and Kiki Vandeweghe. So, they drafted Sam Bowie in front of 3 future Hall of Famers, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, and John Stockton. Bowie's scouting report described him as an athletic rebounder, a masterful blocker on defense, and an extremely versatile weapon on offense, who can move well, shoot from outside, and pass better than most NBA centers at the time.
That scout report sound lit.
Which he broke during his junior year at college, but Portland's officials determined it was fully healed and that it would be a non-issue going forward. I can still remember.
Man, there's so many athletes, y'all. Like I know that I came across y'all, like in college, bro. They'd be injured, and like they don't go around telling people they injured. You know what I mean? Because it can really like reduce, like they scout and go into the next league, NFL or NBA. They have to endure it. It goes on all the time, bro. Even in the league, man. You know, them dudes be injured, bro, the whole time, still playing. It's tough, man. A lot of money, man, but you sacrificing your body too. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If I got injured, bro, like I wouldn't tell my coach nothing like that, bro. I keep playing through it until I get that first sign check. You know what I mean? Until I go to the league, then I let them know. After I get that valuation or whatever. So I can ride that bench while I still getting that bread. That's how I finesse.
For them taking a little mallet, and when they would hit me on my left tibia, I would tell them I don't feel anything. He ended up playing just 139 out of a possible 410 games in his first 5 seasons. Despite his injuries, Bowie has had an 11-year NBA career in which he averaged 11 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 2 blocks.
11 years?
Reasoning is understandable.
Who keeps signing this dude?
Needed at the time. You can't argue with the results. And because he was drafted in front of Michael Jordan, many consider Sam Bowie as the biggest bust ever, through a little fault of his own. And 23 years later, history repeated itself. This time, Portland had the first pick, and they decided to spend it on the best center in the NCAA.
I remember Greg Oden, bro.
Greg Oden was supposed to be the next Shaq, and it really looked like he could be the next dominant NBA center at times. Unfortunately, those times were very short. Oden played just 82 games for the Blazers.
Did he get injured?
After which multiple knee injuries have forced him to retire at the age of 22, not counting the short stint with the Heat. I'm not keen on calling Oden a bust, because the man could really play when he was...
Tell him, man, Greg Oden, he was 22, bro. This dude looked like he was 35, bro. Like a straight grown man out there, bro. Crazy, bro.
But the problem is that he was never fully healthy, and that the team who drafted him could have drafted Kevin Durant instead. Number 4, Michaeloluwakandi. Coming from Nigeria and standing at 7 feet, Michaeloluwakandi had a golden ticket to make it to the NBA. He was big, strong, and athletic.
Oh, where he lit, where he's at.
Which was enough for him to bully most of his opponents in the NCAA. He dominated the Big West Conference in his senior year, with the averages of 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks.
It's not a bust.
And was named Big West Player of the Year. It was enough for the Clippers to select him first overall, in front of Vince Carter, Dirk Nowitzki,
oh, he's
Paul
happened to college, okay.
Mike Bibby, or Antoine Jameson. When he came to the league, he and everybody else soon realized that his size and athleticism could only go so far. Although Oluwakandi was a solid defensive player, he never developed any sort of offensive game, apart from open dunks and putbacks. The Candyman averaged just 8 points per game per his career on dreadful 43% shooting, which is unacceptable for any center.
It's called finessing.
Let alone the first pick.
Finesse. Yeah, do what you gotta do, man. Just don't wait no cap space over there with the Lakers, with LeBron, man. Go waste time over there with the Nets, bro. Everybody going over there. Go waste their cap space, man. Don't just come to the Lakers, man.
Pick. Number 3, Kwame Brown. At first,
Oh,
it was
man.
the perfect rags to riches story.
Everybody
Not
talked about
uncommon
him
in
being
the
a
NBA.
bust.
Growing up surrounded by guns and violence, Kwame Brown kept his behind in the gym, and it paid off. Kwame was a fast and athletic 7-footer who was averaging more than 20 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 blocks as a high school senior. He was named the best high school player in the country and the greatest talent of his generation. He became the first high school player selected first overall, rejecting multiple offers from the NCAA, which would have been more suited for his basketball and emotional development. But there's simply no turning down Michael Jordan and millions that come with the first pick. So he became a wizard. And once MJ decided to make another comeback, Kwame also became a teammate of the man who just drafted him, which didn't go so well for him. After an initial friendship between the 19-year-old kid and the man twice his age, who many called the GOAT, MJ started to lose his patience with Brown. He berated him at every chance he could and insulted him like he did Jerry Krause in The Last Dance. Kwame couldn't take it, and he completely lost his confidence and then never regained it. He averaged just 6.6 points, 5.5 rebounds, and half a block per game in his...
How you get to the league being soft? I don't understand that, bro. Like, there's no way another player can talk me out of my game consistent. Like, what? I don't care if you Michael Jordan, bro. I'm the next Michael Jordan. That's how my confidence is gonna be. Leave me up at top of the key.
His 12-year NBA career, frequently switching teams, with a bust label following him everywhere he went. Number 2, Darko Milicic.
Never
Darko
heard of him.
Milicic was presented to the general public as the
Another
next
big man,
star
huh?
big man from Europe, and was supposed to follow the trend set by Dirk and Pau Gasol. The Pistons, who had the 2nd overall pick, were on the hook. They drafted Darko in front of 3 future Hall of Famers, Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh.
Boy.
Coach Larry Brown had a championship team in Detroit, and there were not many minutes for Darko, who handled it very immaturely. He never worked hard in practice. He partied almost daily, and when he got an opportunity to play,
get that check.
he outed and isolated himself from the team. The Pistons traded him in his 3rd year, after just 96 games he played for them. While Braun, Melo, Wade, and Bosh were all averaging over 20, Darko averaged just 1.6 points, 1.2 rebounds for Detroit. He stuck around until 2013, with career averages of just 6 points and 4 rebounds.
Oh my gosh.
25% of all players selected first overall make first-team All-NBA at least once, while 55% of them play in at least one All-Star game. When it comes to Anthony Bennett, not only did he not make an All-Star team, just 4 years after he got selected first overall, he was already out of the league. Far from a spectacular college player, Anthony Bennett became the first Canadian selected as the first pick of the NBA draft. To much surprise of the whole world, he was picked ahead of Giannis Antetokounmpo, CJ McCollum, Rudy Gobert, Victor Oladipo, Steven Adams, and other quality players. Some will say that the burden of the...
But sometimes you just don't know, man. Like, it's really hard to tell, bro, because, you know, like, a lot of people get complacent, bro, you know? Like a lot of people just work up for that check, bro, and get complacent. You know, you really can't, you know, everybody got talent in their way, bro, but you really can't, like, teach, you know, hard work, man. Hard work always gonna beat talent, bro. You know, some dudes stay hungry. Some people just get content. He's one of them dudes.
Team ruined his potential. But that's simply not true. He was just plain bad. Bennett was inefficient offensively, with a low basketball IQ, and he couldn't guard a chair. He shouldn't have been drafted at all, let alone with the first pick. That's why he's the biggest bust to ever play in the NBA.
The biggest?
Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and...
Love what you guys think down below in the comments. Let's keep out this bitch. Everybody!